Good morning, class 1. Welcome to your value education class, children. So, previous day we have completed chapter 11 of your book, and the question answers also I have sent to you, right? The exercise back exercises I have sent for you, page number 43. So, today you open your book at page number 4444. Page number 44. Fine. So, let's get started. What is the name of the chapter? Care for plants. You know plants and trees? Yes, see, if you see the first page, you can see some plants and trees here, right? So these are very helpful for us, isn't it? Plants and tree. Without plants and tree, we cannot survive. You all know. So, and the name of the chapter is Care for Plants. So it's very clear that we should take care of plants, isn't it? And the value that we are going to get is eco-friendly living, and the value that we are going to get is eco-friendly living. Plants are living organism. We need air, water, sunlight and food to live and grow. Similarly, plants also need air, water, sunlight and soil to live and grow. The trees are big and tall plants. Other types of plants are herbs, shrubs, bushes, ferns, etc. Now see, care for plants. Plants are living thing. Plants are living organisms. So what do we need to live? We need air, water, sunlight and food to live and to grow. In the same way, similarly, plants also need air, water, sunlight and soil. Okay, and soil to live and to grow. Trees are big and tall. There are different types of trees. Some are tall, some are big, isn't it? And other types of plants are, and there are different parts. So the big ones are called tree, isn't it? And other types of plants are, and there are different plants also. Plants are smaller compared to trees. Okay, and there are different types of plants also. These are herbs, shrubs, bushes, and ferns, etc. Okay, so plants are very useful for us, and we know that this herbs, shrubs, bushes, the herbs like tulsi, isn't it? These are very useful for us. Okay, like and all the others also. There are many shrubs, bushes which are also helpful for us in many way. Plants are very useful for us. Plants are very useful for us. Why? Because they give us fruits, vegetables, flowers, etc. Even we can make medicine from some plants, right? Since they take our care, it becomes our duty to show care for them as they are helpful for us. We use them for many different purposes, so we should also take care of these plants, isn't it? It is our duty to show care for them. It becomes our duty. Okay, we should always help them to grow, and we should always help the trees to grow well. We should plant new trees and never cut the green trees. So we should plant new trees. We should always plant trees, isn't it? And should never cut the green trees, isn't it? It helps us to survive. So they make our world look so beautiful, and these plants and trees, they make our world to look so beautiful. Okay, so we must take care of plants and animals. So there is a story relating to this love for trees. Okay, about 3 centuries ago, 1 century means 100 years. Now this story is about 3 centuries ago, means 300 years ago. Okay, there was a vast kingdom in Rajasthan. Rajasthan is name of a state. So there was a very vast, means very large kingdom in Rajasthan. The kingdom had many villages. There are small villages and there are a number of villages in the kingdom. In a village lived a girl called Amrita. There was a girl in a village. Her name was Amrita. The people of the village and Amrita took care of the plants, trees and animals. And Amrita, along with the people of the village, they used to take care of the plants, trees, animals of the village. And Amrita treated the trees as her friend. She liked the trees very much. She treated the trees as her friends. Every morning she greeted the trees, and every morning she used to go and she used to greet the trees as we greet our friends when we see them. Our parents, we say good morning to them, isn't it, when we meet them in the morning? So in this way she treated all the trees and plants like her own friend, and she used to greet each one of them in the morning. Come to page number 45. Time passed and Amrita grew up. In this way, time goes on, and the Amrita, she was also growing along with the trees and the plants. Okay, and she grew up as usual. One morning, she went to greet the trees, and as is usual, as it is her habit to greet all the plants and trees. So, in the morning, one fine morning, she went to greet the tree, and she was surprised to see some strangers there, and she was very much surprised to see few people whom she didn't know. Okay, they were stranger for her. They had access with them, so they have access in their hand to cut the tree. Okay, see, you can see, these are the axes, these are the tools, okay, used for cutting the tree. And when she went there and she saw that there were some people and they were with axe in their hand. Okay, so they had access with them. They said the king has ordered to cut the trees wood is required for the king's palace. And they said, then Amrita asked, what are you doing? Why are you here? So they said that the king of that kingdom has ordered them to cut the trees because the king needs some wood for his palace. Amrita was shocked. She was very shocked to hear this. She rushed towards the tree and hugged it tightly. Then she rushed toward the tree and hugged the trees so that they will not be able to cut the tree. Others villagers hugged the trees also, and other villagers, they also came and say they all are standing like this. Okay, then they all hugged the trees. They said, you cut us first, then you'll cut the tree. I will not allow you to cut the tree. The king's men shouted and threatened them, and the king's men, they started shouting and threatened them, we'll cut you, go, leave the tree. But they did not leave the trees. The dispute had a bad end, and this quarrel, it had a very bad ending. While saving the trees, many people died. In this way, many people died also while they were saving the trees. And Amrita was one of them. And Amrita was on one of them who lost her life in order to save the tree. Okay. So when the king heard this, and then when this news went to the king, he heard this, he immediately visited the village. He immediately came down to the village, and then he was grieved. He was very sad to see that many people, they have lost their life in order to save the plants. And from then he announced, now onwards no trees would be cut and no animal would be harmed. And then he announced that from now onward no trees will be cut and no one will harm the animals. Okay, so this is the end of the story. See how much they love the tree, isn't it? They lost their life in order to save the trees. And we should also take care of the plants and animals, as they are also helping us in many ways, though we can't see directly, but they help us always. Every minute they help us to live on this earth. Okay, so we should take care of plants, and you should also try to plant as more tree as you can in your surrounding. Okay, so the moral is we should take care for the plants and animals. Okay, this is the end of the story. We will go through the question answers, back question, etc. in the next class. This is there in your syllabus for the final exam. Thank you and have a nice day.